What is going on? This is Rue's Reviews, where we keep it for real, for real. I am Rue, aka the Culture Black Kid.
I'm Ifoma, aka Iffy.
And today we are reviewing probably one of the most anticipated music releases in hip hop over the past half decade or the past decade. It is the latest Playboi Carti album, Music. It has been 5 years since the release of his last full-length project, Whole Lotta Red, which got a lot of acclaim from it, and the fans were crazy. The fans are crazy. Playboi Carti fans are very crazy.
They're too much.
So, it kind of came out of nowhere, and he has finally released I Am Music, which is a hefty 30 tracks long with a whole bunch of features, stacked features, including Future, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, Uzi, Ty Dolla $ign, Thug, Skepta, The Weeknd. Yeah. The who's who. Basically the who's who. So, without any further ado, let's see if Playboi Carti really is music. Iffy, what's your overall thoughts of this project?
I think it was an interesting album, and more in a negative way, unfortunately. It was, as you said, the most anticipated album. I was anticipating this album, and I thought it would never come. And now I kind of wish he just took another year. It was... I don't really have anything good to say. I feel so bad. Not really. He's not going to say this. It was good in some places, but overall, I just did not like it. Didn't like it, especially when comparing it to his other stuff. He could have done so much better. And I will wait to really deep dive into what I mean.
Okay. I think my first thought is this didn't need to be 30 songs long.
Oh, no.
Which I'll deep a bit more. Do I even need to deep it? It's 30 songs. Who needs to listen to 30 songs?
A minute, an hour, and 60 minutes.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
It was
of
too
music.
much.
So this didn't need to be 30 minutes, firstly. I think sonically it sounded better than his last project, Whole Lotta Red. As in mixing wise. Sonically clean. What? Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
This sounds so much more polished than Whole Lotta Red.
You're actually insane.
What?
No. But we're
What
not
do you
even.
mean?
This is just overall thoughts. I literally
Oh my
cannot
goodness.
agree with you. That's crazy.
What?
You're so crazy for that.
No.
What the hell?
Anyway, I think it sounds a lot more. It sounds a lot cleaner than Whole Lotta Red. However, it's not as catchy as Whole Lotta Red. I'm gonna save that for the proper part. I don't know. You chuck this on. It's cool. It's a cool, like, interesting listen. The features are definitely, they bring energy to the project, but overall, it's a lot. This album stressed me out this week. It just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, now we're gonna review this.
And on top of that, 30 songs. It's like, damn.
I didn't have the time for this week. I
yeah.
really did not have the time for this.
I was fitting this in, like, in pockets of my week. It was too much.
Oh my goodness. So, anyway, let's get into the pros. Yeah, Iffy.
Not gonna lie, don't have many. I think my one pro would be that I see the potential.
Okay.
I see the potential for what it could be if it was shorter and, I don't know, like, you like removed a few songs, polished up a lot more of them. This could be a Playboi Carti classic, certified hood classic. But yeah, I don't have. I struggled to write anything, and this is the first time ever that I've struggled to write prose. I will say some songs are really catchy and some songs are, like, playlistable. Like, I did put a few. A song that I did love was Crush. Crush was my favorite on the album. I really, really, really love that choir feel. I think the drums in that are really fun. And comparing it to the album, for me, personally, best song. I love the bass. The background vocals on it as well were, most solid thing. That's kind of all I got. The features were cool too. Some
Mm-hmm.
They were okay. I don't have a lot to say. I don't have a lot to say.
That's fine. That's fine. Honestly, me neither.
Yeah.
If that was your transition. I forgot Janae Aiko is also on this. I didn't even know
I
that.
forgot. I liked that song. I forgot what song
Backdoor.
it was. Thank you.
Backdoor. Yeah, I thought there were a couple highlights throughout. Firstly, I thought Kendrick's addition to this was cool.
Yeah.
Not his best, but it was cool. But I'll get into that in the cons a little bit more. I think some of the Travis, again, pop-ups were cool as well. Nothing crazy. I think Travis has definitely done crazier, but he was nice to hear. I think Skepta's verse was dope. On Toxic. Again, there's so many songs.
There's too many.
It's hard to like pinpoint.
There's too many.
Like my brain is hurting just looking at some of these. There were moments. There were moments. Like I'm not gonna lie and be like none of these songs. They all sounded whack because they didn't. Like I didn't hate it. Like listening to it.
Okay.
Like it was just a lot. It was just a lot to listen to and a lot to digest. But honestly, like until I re-listened to Whole Lotta Red yesterday,
I did. Yeah.
It was probably, and also with my new approach at music and being a lot more open to this compared to when I first listened to Carti. It was probably a more enjoyable listen than I thought it was gonna be. I will say that, but I after listening to Whole Lotta Red, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I can see why people really like that project. But anyway, so yeah, again, there's so many songs that I can't even really pinpoint.
It's hard.
What was really good. So I'm sure there are some cool moments in here. I just don't know what they are outside some of the features. But again, I guess I will transition to some cons. But yeah. All right, cons.
All right. Listen, I need to actually preface everything and say I have been a Playboi Carti fan, like one of those obsessive fans. When I say I was obsessive. Like I was one of those annoying white kids. White, lol. But I was. Keep it in. Okay. I was. And like that's why I feel so disappointed with this album. It just sounds, when I compare it to all his old albums, it sounds so unfinished. That's why I'm like tweaking when you say like
the mixing.
Yeah.
Which take that with a grain of salt, because I'm not a mixing engineer and I really don't like. If you disagree, then I'm actually like, I know I was arguing you earlier, but at the same point, you might also be right. Because again, I'm not a mixing engineer. I don't know anything about that. I also don't know anything about Rage music too much. And that specific, basically the sound that Carti really popularized.
Yeah.
So who am I to say what's good mixing or not good mixing in that project?
No,
in the project.
I can't either. I literally can't either. Like I don't have any say. Like I don't even make music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like he only released this album so he wouldn't get in trouble, because he's been, talking about, or people have been talking about this album for 5 years, and because 5 years ago or whatever, he let out, he like got people to buy pre-saves, and so he was coming up on that deadline. Otherwise he would have had to refund. I feel like it was very much just get all the songs you can, put him in a project, release it. His sound has changed so much, even from Whole Lotta Red. And yeah, like that Whole Lotta Red is my favorite Carti album to exist, so maybe I'm just upset that era is kind of done. I feel like, oh my God, this is my main thing. Some of the songs are corny as hell.
On this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Evil Jordan, that intro, before TikTok and like social media even picked up on it, it was one of the first things I said. I literally said, quote, it sounds like a fan edit or like a gunshot. Like when that gunshot goes off, I was like, it sounds like it's from Roblox. It sounds like a Roblox sound effect. And it could have been polished so much more. Like take out that gunshot, make it better. Yeah, just the features also, for me, I felt like the only feature that I really loved was Travis Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Skepta's was also good, but I wasn't feeling Kendrick's too
Kendrick.
much.
Okay.
Or
Which I'm not going to argue with at all. It's
yeah,
definitely his, like, not his strongest appearance.
yeah. No, Travis's songs I liked. Everyone else I was kind of like forgettable. I'm so sorry, but
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I just this album could have been like it was so anticipated, and I feel like after 5 years, you shouldn't be having an album where people are even like calling it corny or calling it lackluster or
Mm-hmm.
compare like that should not be a point of it. You've had 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't be allowed. Those are my cons. Take it.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned at the top, I think it's bloated. I don't need to go on that point. 30 songs is it's way too many. It's way too many songs. Why do we have so many
No.
songs? Oh, goodness, it's stressing me out
It's
just
too
looking at this
much.
track list right here. Um, I think my main other con, it's not even towards Cardi.
Oh,
It's been a topic of discussion. It's towards Kendrick Lamar, which is
people, yeah.
the a little bit of the hypocrisy of jumping on a Playboi Carti album with what he's actually done, but with all your critiques towards Drake for the beef. But then you're saying that Cardi is your evil twin, and it's like, like it kind of dampens the victory lap that
Yeah.
Kendrick has been on, and it's like, man, you like, okay, like taking that stuff out of it, yeah, it's cool. You know, I always want to hear Kendrick on stuff, but if you're really like, okay, you're sitting and thinking back and being like, Kendrick is literally on the biggest run, one of the biggest runs of his life right now, off the back of all the allegations that he's been calling Drake for, but then turns around and gets on someone who has cases
Do you
and
think
is an absent father,
yeah,
allegedly, and all that
allegedly.
stuff.
Sorry. But okay, do you think cause this has been 5 years in the making, his verse was
It was an old verse?
You
No,
reckon?
because he's performing like, again, like on Mojo Jojo, those ad libs are
Yeah,
very
the
much
ad-libs are
like
very-
very recent Baby Keem, Kendrick, like the hillbilly
Yeah.
style. On Backdoor, like he's singing like he was on like Luther and 30 for
That's
30,
true.
like, so no, these are much. He made a Luka Doncic reference in Good Credit. If you know anything about basketball, Luka Doncic moved from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers not a month ago.
Yeah, Kendrick. Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. So I'm, as a Kendrick Lamar fan, a bit disappointed. But, I guess get your bag, whatever. But I think it really dampens
It does.
the run he is on. But apart from that, again, it's just a lot of music. It's just so much music, and also it's not really my style. I think I can get into it the more I listen to Rage, but when you have that much music, and I'm someone who doesn't listen to that type of music in the first place, oh man, it's a
It's too
slog.
much.
It's a lot. It's like, again, I can feel my chest tightening thinking about this. Anyway, okay, that's enough. Let's get to a final rating. Are we here for this? Does it depend on the day, or are we feeling iffy about it? Iffy.
Listen, I'm feeling iffy, and you saw that coming, and I'm gonna high-key have people down my throat. But this was his worst album. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I am sorry. But at the same
You're
time,
sorry for the part of you that's a true Playboi Carti fan.
yeah. And like I don't think like you really don't understand. Like I'm so upset because I was so excited for this album. But if I can recognize that it's not good, you can too. And if you don't want to, you're a D writer. Sorry, I'm still sorry. But yeah, he has shown what he is like truly capable of from his Cash Cardi era all the way up until now. Like, yeah, and no matter how alternative he gets, like he keeps like moving more into that zone. This was just on the lower end of things for me. He just threw 30 songs together and was like, here you go, shut up for another 5 years. Like, I don't want to hear it from you again. But yeah, I'm gonna take Crush and then like a few other songs. I liked 4 out of 30 in total. I saved 4 out of 30. Those 4 I'm taking with me, and I'm not looking back. If I'm at a club though, and I hear one on, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna Well,
Sure.
I'm gonna dance.
energy.
It's of
energy.
course, but
it's
like
Carti.
it's
Like,
Cardi.
yeah.
But as far as my own personal headphones, he ain't coming in there.
On
So
this
yeah,
one.
no, not on this. No,
Yes.
yeah.
No, for sure. And yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with the iffy. I was kind of like, okay, maybe it depends. Only because, like I said earlier, I'm like, I chucked this on. I don't hate it. It's just so long. One, and I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't stand out, unfortunately. And again, I think there is a lot worse music in the world. Um, but yeah, nah, it's just not really for me. It's not
Sorry,
really for me.
Playboy.
But let us know what you think. Are you here for this? Are you feeling iffy about it? Let us know. And yeah, Playboy Cardi, music. This is Rouge Reviews. I am Ru, aka the Culture Black Kid.
I'm your former, aka Iffy, and I have one message.
Mm-hmm.
If you're one of those people that are getting tattoos of this album, rethink your life.
What about if it's a meme?
Rethink your life.
Like with like, I am something.
Okay, if it's I am something else or like I am anything, I'll allow it. But if you write I am music on your body, rethink your life. Please finish.
This is Rouge Reviews. Peace.